Oh, it might show my intro. It'll show the little 1 minute countdown. Okay, we're live. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules as Yadira, can you see us? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. As always, I am Jules. All of you are my gems. And today we have the great privilege of having one of our moderators on the channel. We do have Kathy on here. Goes by Kathy of the Glades also. And today we're just going to be doing like a normal stream. But I do want to ask Kathy to introduce herself. Also, I know she has a channel, so please also tell us about your channel.
Hi, y'all. I'm Kathy, and I was formerly living in Florida when my egg cracked, and I am a trans woman. Now living in Southern Illinois. It took a long time to get here, but we made it. And I was kind of in the closet in Florida. I started growing my hair out, taking estrogen, and completely undercover because, most of those people are completely oblivious. They don't look like that. So it's fine. So I'm just, I arrived here and now I'm just completely out and very, very happy.
Yep, that's how it was with me. And I can say the same thing, Kathy. Myself, I was out in Florida. It was hard to be out.
Oh, yeah.
Then when I moved to New Mexico, it was a very easy thing. Now, we're going through a lot of things in our nation. And, as I did with my friend Jenny Gage over at Life Take Two, we did do an interview where she did interview me, and we were talking about how the new memo was brought out that trans activists are being considered domestic terrorists, which I found kind of an interesting memo that we read. Both my friend Jenny and I went down a rabbit hole and started researching everything, and it's absolutely true. So that's kind of a difficult thing. So, Kathy, can you tell us? I know you've just started you're going to start streaming and making videos on your channel. Can you tell us what your channel will be?
Basically, just chatting and just talking about trans life and just day-to-day events and whatever else anybody has questions or comments about. We can go down rabbit hole, whatever. That's fun.
Yeah, that's always the fun thing is when we find a topic. Taking it down that rabbit hole is always fun.
I wanted to use this as my debut, just to say hi to everybody.
Cool. And just kind of, I know I've kind of done my when I came out trans and how it came about. How can you tell us about your life and how you felt as a trans woman?
Oh, I've known I was born the wrong gender since I was very, very small. It was one of those things where I never understood why I couldn't be accepted by the other girls, and and the guys hated me in the first place because I could never really fit in. So I created this big scary man suit to fit in and everything, and I really overcompensated on everything, and the trans thing just kept coming back up and resurfacing, and it got worse and worse over the years that I felt like I didn't want to die that way.
Right.
And it was getting to the point where I was starting to think that if I didn't gather up the courage to come out and live as myself, that I didn't want to live anymore. So it had to happen. It was, one of
Right.
those things where, I waited a very, very long time, and because I didn't think it was possible. And the more society, the more I think the more estrogen became available and more trans people became visible, because we've always been here. But the more we became visible via social media and things like that, and somewhat accepted within certain genres and people, that I came to the conclusion that maybe it was possible, and I did. So it's been the greatest decision I've ever made, honestly, and it's cost me something. It cost me quite a bit, and that's fine. I'm slowly
Yeah.
rebuilding.
And that's one of the big things I have found too. It does cost a lot, not just financially. It can be in
Yeah,
family. It can be in many different things, friends, um, and it's been, you know, difficult. Like right now at work, I'm not out, so I'm not presenting at work. That's difficult. It's also, you know, here at since I'm not presenting so much at work, I don't present at home, and so, and then right now, and like me, I've always tried to be an
yeah.
advocate here, in an activist here on YouTube, and now they're coming out with this memo. That's what's made it difficult, and over the past year.
I'm convinced that if this continues, as far as like our country, they're going to start black bagging us and dragging us away. And
Mm,
I'm it's terrifying, but I'm ready to face that if I have to. I I,
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I was ready to die if I didn't do this. So
exactly.
this is my last stand, and that's where I am.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things I am seeing with this regime and how things are going, um, I am starting to see that, and I started watching a lot of, I if anything, I hardly watch TV, but I watch more YouTube, and I spend a lot of time here, watching friends of mine, whether it's people that are trans, or um, people that are it's okay, Helena. Hello.
Hi, Helena.
Um,
How are you?
but I like to spend a lot of time on, you kind of know the topics I tend to, on
Hmm.
triathlon, on vehicles, and also obviously Exmo sites, and um, it's just uh, it, watching so much of this political content is just so disheartening to see what is really going on in our nation right now. Um, as many us do see what, we got to face the facts, that we got to stand up for ourselves, and they're trying to create this white Christian nationalist, cisgender heterosexual society. That's basically what they want, when really, I look at it, with all these deportations and that are going on, and if they really wanted to deport everybody that isn't from the US, they should they should be deporting themselves along with everybody else, because the Native Americans were the ones that were here, and and
True.
it's the way I look at things. Um, I mean, I hate right now that I'm ordering a new birth certificate, because nowadays they're saying you have to carry everything that proves you are who you are, you know, and
It's
and
completely psychotic to the point.
yeah,
The cruelty is the point. That's exactly what they're doing.
right. And they're trying. I'm sorry, and really, what we're seeing is probably a regime that's going to go, the way we saw Germany go. They wanted their specific, you know, they were getting rid of the Jews back then. We're starting to see that now, and it's going. I said it a long time ago that they were going to go. They started off with the illegal immigrants. They, now we're seeing different, even white people being disappeared. I said it from the very beginning that what it was going to happen. I used to tell friends, I'm like, they're going to go after each and every marginalized group one at a time. That's how I've always looked at it, and sure enough, it's happening.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry, I was listening, but I was doing something as
Yeah.
well. I don't think that their leader is going to live long enough to see this all through. So I don't know how it's going to play out if that happens. And I mean, it's going to be chaos for sure. It'll be a power vacuum, and I don't think Vance has enough power to control the reins. So it's one of those deals where I think there's going to be an outright revolt in the control structure. But
yeah,
I can't say for sure, or even suppose how that's going to play out or happen. But I know that's what will happen. That's just who people are.
Yeah. We're going to see, and like you said, Vance may not have that power, or we will maybe. I don't know if Marco Rubio even has it. What kind of gets me there is that Marco Rubio is Cuban descent, and he's still the Secretary of State.
Well, you've got Peter Thiel in there. The man's gay, and he's allowing this to happen. I will never understand that.
Yeah. It's there's so many discrepancies in everything. I always say, from the very beginning when all these started happening, I started saying, the people that are probably, when they started applying for ICE. Hello, Wrestling Benny. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. We have Kathy in here with us today. We are doing a side-by-side live stream, so thank you for joining us here. Please do hit a like, subscribe to the channel, and also make sure to check out Kathy's channel. So, as she is starting hers up, everyone please do subscribe to hers. Wrestling, that's not giving any money there. If you're dropping a super chat, drop a real life super chat. So welcome. And yeah, as we were saying, there's. I think it's gonna end up, if he were to leave power or something happened to him, we wouldn't have a real balance in power for whoever would go in. I don't know where our society's gonna go and who's gonna be controlling it.
Is what? Are you like Trump?
I'm the last person you should say I'm like Trump. Actually, Wrestling, we are
asking, do we like Trump?
Do I like Trump?
I think that's what this person is asking.
Wrestling, I'm going to tell you my side of this. Okay, Helena, enjoy your meal. So Wrestling, I'll give you my my opinions. I will tell you I did vote for Trump in his first two elections. I was a hardcore conservative back then. I lived in Florida, but then there were many things that happened in my life. I came out, I realized who I really was, and after the second election where I voted for him and I saw the events of January 6th, I don't think I could vote for someone that tried to manipulate an election to just take control of the country. And at this time, he is just using. I'm going to say something here that it's been a big observation of mine since they were starting to hire all these since they started hiring all these ICE agents and we started seeing the raids. I think one of the big points I've noticed, and I noticed it was said, and I had said it a long time ago, is that you haven't heard from the Proud Boys or the Oath Keepers in a very long time. And why? It's because probably the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers are the people behind the ICE masks. You know, and that's the long and the short of it. The Proud Boys. I keep wanting to say Pride Boys. I'm sorry, but I'm sure they wouldn't
I
like
have
it.
to let this dog out real quick before he gets mad and pees on my floor.
Go
He's
for it.
barking at me. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Butthead.
Cincinnati, welcome to the stream. How are you? We've got Kathy in here today. Of course, she does have to take her dog out. You know, we all have our pets that from time to time do. We are kind of having an all-around discussion like any stream that we do before. So feel free to jump in, leave a comment, hit a like, subscribe to the channel. Consider dropping a super, whether it's a chat, thanks, or super chat, thanks, or super sticker. Those are welcome. 30% does go to charity. We are now doing 15% to Animal Humane New Mexico, where Thomas was adopted from. Also, we are doing 15% to the Epilepsy Foundation. Also, be aware, Thomas is still up for America's Favorite Pet. He is currently in 12th place. The next cut takes the top 15. So he's doing well. Let's try to get Thomas into those top 15 or keep him there.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Oh no big deal. I know they need their time out. So yeah, I think that the ICE agents are probably the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, respectively. You know, they were his militia as it was. So, and the other day I was watching a video where the guy did say that he would do the job for no money at all. So definitely, it proves that. And wrestling, yeah, if you like Trump, that's fine. That's your right to like him. You know, we're not going to take that power away from you. We're all entitled to our opinion. That's by part of our Constitution. You know, we should all be able to express ourselves, who we are, how our opinions are, and everything like that.
Personally, I can't stand the man, but I wasn't a huge fan of Biden either, and I thought, you know, Harris was a very poor choice. I mean, honestly, if I had my complete and total pick of who I wanted to be president, I mean, I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, but Katie Porter, the whiteboard lady, I think she's fantastic.
I thought Bernie Sanders was another good choice. I liked him. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, different things. Everybody has their, you know, who they like. Former, welcome to the stream. Jason, I haven't even said hi to you and welcome. Um, we got all our great moderators in here.
We
We got,
do.
yeah, we got Yadira, we got Jason, got you on screen. Elena's here. The other day, I actually got Lena Mystic Mama in here. I was surprised. Um, she's one of the OG moderators. The first two were Lena and Drace um, here on the channel. Looks like we're
I
getting a
remember the
good.
first time you told me that you wanted to make me a mod. I resisted at first because I am I'm kind of cruel when I'm angry. If somebody irritates me, I tend
Sometimes
to
you
say
need that though as
mean.
mod.
So I resisted at first, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. We'll try it out, and I enjoyed it. I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do. I don't mod on anybody's channel, but the cool thing is that you can, you have you need to have the right people for it. And I mean, like my first two were great, and then I had to start adding people. And as I found people that I trusted, that's what it takes. You have to be able to trust, the
Yeah.
person on there because, people come on here and they'll make me a mod. I'm like,
Oh,
no, it's like, so everyone, if you want to jump into the stream, as you jump into the stream and you want to ask any questions, you can. This channel, we talk about the 5 T's, we talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, teaching and trucks. So we can talk about any of those topics. Right now, we had been talking a little bit about what's going on in the nation right now with ice raids. Politics is good. We can talk about it as long as everything is kept at a neutral level and we don't start an argument or insults. One of the things we do steer away from is religion. I do have subscribers that do have some religious trauma, and I wouldn't want anything, coming back that they start remembering about, in life that from the religious trauma. I found that we've had good discussions with politics since the election. I remember, I'm going to say it the way it is. It was, I remember the 5th of November. So remember the 5th of November.
I remember that stream.
Yeah. That day we had a very good conversation. We had people from both sides of the spectrum coming in and talking. I thought it was an excellent, leading up to those days, we had excellent conversations with people on both sides, and nobody insulted each other. We could give our, honest, critical opinion, and nobody, was harassing each other or saying, anything bad. Yeah, I remember that stream too, and I think I had just watched not Anonymous, but what am I
V.
thinking?
No.
V.
What is? Oh, yeah, V.
V.
I love
And
that show. That was a great movie.
yeah, and that's how the title to the stream came to me, because that's the day the whole Guy Fawkes, it's Guy Fawkes Day in the UK. So that's how it came to me. Remember the 5th of November. And yeah, I mean, like me, I'll accept, back then, obviously I voted for Harris, but I accepted even when like watching a football game, I'll accept the defeat if my team loses, and obviously we had to accept that.
Yeah, we live in reality. There's that's
We
just the
live in
way it is.
reality.
Yeah.
Just that the previous 4 years, obviously, it wasn't accepted as well. They were, they had to create a riot at the Capitol. I thought that was my big turnoff from the Republican Party.
Hi, David.
Welcome, David. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules and Kathy. Feel free to jump in and chat with us. As you know, we are just here having like one of our usual live streams. Just that it's two of us. Remember, I am Jules on my channel. Kathy is one of my mods. So today we thought we'd have a side-by-side conversation. Kathy has her own channel, and we will post the link to her channel in the description down below. Also, you can hit a like and subscribe to both channels. That always helps. Kathy, did I tell you can actually link this to your channel?
I did. I
did?
saw that option and I already did it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I first used this live stream with with a friend of mine in the UK. Actually, I started watching her channel. Her name's Colaberry. And what happened is like she found me on YouTube and we did an interview together. And she showed me this app, the StreamYard. You can get it free, or I've opted to pay for it now because it gives you now this function where we're horizontal and vertical. People can find us on both, streaming either way. So you said you're in Southern Illinois now. How's the weather over there right now?
Today is cold. I think we're at hold on one moment. See what the janky little weather app says.
Lisa, welcome to the stream.
It is 25.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what it would have been in Albuquerque right now. I think that's I don't miss that. San Diego right now we're
the
like
next few 70s. Days I think are going to be 29, 24, 39, 48, 40. We stay around usually in the 30s and 40s, sometimes the 50s for the winter. Oh. It's not horrible. We don't get a lot of snow here either. I chose Carbondale because
in Albuquerque I got we would get light. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no,
in Albuquerque we would get light snow, and it would it would snow for the day, and then it would move.
David talk about 25 degrees stingy. Okay, buddy, you can have some. I don't know how cold it is.
We're at 70.
Might be a few degrees.
Let's see what we are in San Diego.
Oh.
And here I'm sitting with a hoodie on. It's 67 here right now.
Hi, Muffin.
Muffin, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules and Kathy. We're just having a good time here, like everyone, like every stream. So feel free to ask away. We are just trying to, we were going over some of the things going on in the nation right now. Actually, that's one thing I've thought about is lately starting like a
Thank you, Yadira.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yadira, you need to come on here next.
Yadira's a hottie. Then again, so is Jason. So
I haven't. I don't think I've looked at any of. I don't think I have Jason on my Facebook, but I have gotten. I know I have Yadira. And she's shy.
Well, I don't do Facebook at all.
For the camera, don't be shy. We should have like a all mod live stream, because now that I've have this upgraded app, I can put up to 10 viewers on or 10 people on the conversation here. I think that I've always wanted to do like I definitely want to do the live stream, like I said, with I'm bashful when it comes to shooting the breeze. It works. The Yadir is stunning. Oh, look at that. Muffin is in Chicago at -8.
That's just unfucking called for.
I know. I what was it? The night I got down to 7 degrees in Albuquerque. I thought that was nuts.
Oh my god. You start talking about negative temperatures like below zero? No.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. And it's like, then when you say something around, negative, what is it? -20, where they even out Fahrenheit and.
Yeah.
We're just missing Avita here, I think. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules and Kathy. Remember to hit a like to both of our channels. Subscribe. I can see everybody here pretty much is probably subscribed to the channel. I'm watching. Whenever I look up, you guys, I'm looking at my other monitor. It used to be nice when I was in Albuquerque. I had one long desk. I could put my monitors side by side. Here I have a shelf up on top, and I have my smaller monitor up there. Eventually, I want to do triples. I don't know why I would want so much monitor, but it always helps.
Let's see. This is my real estate.
Oh, wow. Triples.
Uh-huh. There is a 32-inch curved in the center, and then a 24 and a 21.
Yeah, I have a 24 and a 27.
It's mainly set up for day trading.
Okay. But it took me a while to figure out how to set it up because I kept getting my computer wouldn't hook up because it needs a USB. I think it needed a USB-C to hook in the little adapter to be able to put the multiple HDMI ports. But,
right.
Yeah. So, and then from there, I could hook the charger up to it. So I ended up buying a new computer. I'm a Chromebook geek. I don't know why. I love them. This is my second one. And this one, I just happened to see it at work for sale, and it was $199, and they work fantastic.
Sleepy Raccoon.
Welcome. I accidentally banned Sleepy Raccoon yesterday. I was so embarrassed.
I remember the drama, and I was so happy to see this person back returned. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't get it up in Minnesota with all these riots going on and everything with ice out there, and they're in the ice, with how cold it is out there, and then they tell these people they cannot start like bonfires that are contained.
Cruelty is the point. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Dandy, how
Dandy? I'm
how
sorry.
How can you prove to us that they're terrorists? They're not doing anything wrong with peaceful protests. I've been to a peaceful protest. it's just an escalation right now because of what ICE is doing to them. They, you know, someone pulls out their fist to you, you're going to pull out something, try to pull out something more powerful. I honestly think since they know where they're sleeping, what hotel, I think they should do like what they did to ICE, what they did to the people in Waco. Large lights, loud music, maybe that'll get them out.
Well, people don't understand, or a lot of people don't understand when they take things too far one direction or the other, the right or the left, that political sentiment in this country or in the world basically is always on a pendulum. It's if you take it too far one direction, it's going to swing the other direction. It's going to swing back,
Yeah.
and it's usually going to swing back with a vengeance. And that's just like giving the president immunity for whatever. The next Democrat president is also going to have that. So, I mean, who's to say that the entirety of ICE doesn't go on trial? Because they are federal agents. He can do that. The next Democratic president can do that.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
It always goes back to where you have to, like, it's going to come back and bite you if you play stupid games.
Yeah. I mean, just look at after January 6th happened, you had the whole case for that, and it came in, and that's why all of those, all the Proud Boys, everybody got tried, got convicted, and then you get, Trump back into office, and they all got their, they were let go, they're pardoned. So what will happen with the next Democratic president?
Exactly.
It's going to be a circle. It's just how you look at with like Roe v. Wade. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And unfortunate, people are going to suffer during each, as it changes each way.
It's funny. They describe, they complain about Democrats saying that, they like to say, everybody I don't like is a racist. Well, this dimwit comes on here and acts like everybody he doesn't like is a terrorist. Homie,
right.
Do you see the similarity here? I mean, are you?
Right.
Hi, Deja.
Exactly. Deja, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. We've had Deja on here before. That was a great. Yes, Deja, that's well said. It is class wars.
It should be. I mean, honestly, if anybody's still running around talking about, Dems and Republicans, I'm sorry. You need to set that down. And, especially people on the right, they really need to set that down. We are, because they're the ones that are super beholden to, the billionaire class, the 1%, and things like that, because they end up always. It's a weird thing about conservatives. They always end up looking for someone that seems stronger than they are, either or in a stronger position than they are, to basically tell them what to think about things. And that just opens you up to being manipulated in just a horrible, horrible fashion.
Right. Yeah, it comes down to, like I said earlier, they're making it a white Christian nationalist nation. And, they're going by those Christian beliefs. That's what they want. They want it to be as what they see in the scripture, or what they, they think is right and wrong according to the Bible, or, and what their beliefs are on the right. They're
at the moment,
they're gonna,
their beliefs are whatever they're told to believe, because the talking points change month to month, and I think the Democrats are also guilty of that as well. Whatever the party's talking points are, if they change or they do a 180, a flip flop on something, suddenly the entire base is like, yeah, that's what we want the whole time. I'm like, I'm gonna need y'all to go to the store and pick up a spine. You know.
I used to have a T-shirt way back when I was in my 20s, and in fact, they don't make them anymore. No Fear used to be a clothing line. I don't know if you ever
Oh yeah, yeah,
remember.
yeah.
And my first No Fear T-shirt, uh, it had it said "Get a Spine" on it, and it actually had a hand holding a spine. I think we need to get some of those and send them to Washington. But it's true. I mean,
I can hear you.
we're at a point right now where we do need to call congressmen, senators, send them letters, and
Oh,
um, my friend Jenny says it well on her channel. You don't have to just call your representative, your senator. You can, send them to all the ones all around the United States, because you can still send your voice, be sending your voice to them, not just, to the one in your state. So they can also, you make yourself heard everywhere.
not enough people
And
do that, and definitely not enough people vote in the midterms. I
yeah.
will never understand that. They don't vote in locals. I mean, local elections. Like, say you have a town of like 15,000 people or 10,000 people. City council positions are often decided by a grand total of maybe 150 votes. I'm like,
Hmm.
you could literally just, if you had enough money, you could buy the election via moving enough people into that area, 6 months prior that agree with whatever your ideals are, and you can basically just control a town in that fashion
Yeah,
because people don't take part like they should.
exactly. And uh, that's the thing, is we also need to, people need to understand, if they want things their way, that they should be running for those positions, city council, school boards, whatever you can make a difference in. You should try to run in those, because then you can, help, you know, instill the right things into those different parts of society. Because school boards are now starting to ban certain books. You know, the, we're you know they're starting to control. The right is controlling certain things. We need to get some independents, some liberals in there, just that, you know find somewhere in the middle. You can't just have one way of thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about it because it's a human problem, and humans are very confusing to me.
Yeah, yeah. Us as a human race, we're a very difficult to understand. Um, my ex used to say, that's why we have so many dogs, because she hates humans. It's like,
Well, I
and
mean, she may be your ex, but no matter what she did, she was right about that.
exactly. There's so many things I'm finding that unfortunately, I'm starting to find things that she was right about, because we clashed a lot as far as like politics. Because I'll tell you, I was a hardcore conservative. I mean, hardcore. And so we would clash about that. And then till, like I said, once 1/6 happened, I was out of that way of thinking.
That was
And
that was the most bizarre day I've ever seen in my life, besides the towers.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember coming home from work, and she was watching it on the news, and she's all, "Did you see this?" And I'm like, what?" And she's all, "Yeah, they're taking over the Capitol." I'm like, "What?" She's all, "Well, yeah." She's all, "Now everybody that voted for Trump," she's all, "they have the blood of these people that they're dying on their hands." I'm like, oh, that's a little hardcore to say that, you know. But
It
yeah,
was
I
hardcore
watch
to
it.
say that. However, I mean, it played
It
out
is.
true. Now these people are being pardoned, and it's just, there is no excuse for that. You didn't get your way, so you storm a building and throw a fit, and the people die. That's not okay.
Oman, yes, that is on both sides actually.
Q-Man is in here having revelations.
Human, I call him Oman.
Oman?
Oman,
Okay.
I called him.
He's over there having revelations and epiphanies. It's like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, he probably building himself a compound to stay with his people or something. Yes, Q-Man, very interesting. We are.
Oh man. Well, at least he's not being mean. So
Yeah, so far nothing mean. Hands, yellow heart, red hands, yellow heart. Red hands, yellow heart.
forgive me, I am completely out of the loop. I don't know what that means.
Nothing.
Well, forgive us, Q-Man. We don't know what kind of man you are.
Yeah, exactly, Q-Man. The thing is, everybody is okay to come into this channel. We just ask for no disrespect. You haven't disrespected anybody here on the channel, so you're cool to be in here. Even feel free to hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Right now, we're having a relaxed conversation like we always do on here. We just chat about things in life going on right now. I know we've been chatting it up a little bit about what we've seen happening in our nation, unfortunate things that are happening, what we were seeing in Minnesota, some policies that have been passed lately. It's just, a lot of bad stuff.
Deja, I thought you were 3 raccoons in a trench coat. I'm so disappointed.
With that,
Deja said I'm kind of I'm the kind of guy that's a gal that's a guy that's also neither and another as well. I was like, yeah, well, you're not 3 raccoons in a trench coat. I am so disappointed.
I know. Deja's awesome. Great to have in here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, please visit Kathy's channel, subscribe over there. Consider dropping a super, all that. Okay, actually, Q-Man, that's a pretty good question. As far as the religious part is, I am an atheist. And I don't believe that there's any type of man in the sky living up there that's, that helps us out, created us, or anything. I believe in science. Who said that? Nacho Libre. El Esqueleto said, I believe in science. How about you, Kathy? Why don't you tell us what your beliefs are?
I lean more towards the agnostic side. I believe it's possible because I have read. I am a major student of history. I love reading and I love learning things. And I am a virtual well of knowledge. I know mad facts about things you will never care about. So, what I know about human nature and religion and how we worship and things like that, we're very given that everything is magic or godlike until you understand the science behind it. But however, that being stated, there is arguments for intelligent design on a cellular level and adaptation to the environment and things like that, and quickly, and cellular just changes that take place at a rapid level that you just it doesn't even
Mhm.
seem possible. But also, I don't believe we understand just a tiny scratch on the surface of what physics actually is, in quantum mechanics. So I don't really, think that we can say definitively whether or not there is intelligent design, or is it all just, random with a bit of, magic thrown in. I don't know.
Right. Uh,
I think in
my
terms
my
of like quantum, so everything is maybe.
yeah, I can see where you're going from that. Me, I just, as far as like how I say, I look at things very analytically. I always say, yeah, if you give me the evidence and you show me God to my face where I can actually touch him, yeah, I would believe, but not, there's nothing else uh, that leads me to think that he's there. I was a member of two major religions. I grew up Catholic. I became a Mormon. I have now deconstructed religion. I am an atheist. Like I said, I actually do belong to a church of atheism. I know you've been to uh, some of Joe's sermons, and he still has that crow picture too.
Yeah, I know. He won't sell it. Booger. Okay, man, I want
I
to
want.
address that just for a second because in World War II in South Pacific, there was a small island that I think it was the Brits that were using as a recon outpost, and it was a
Mhm.
large plateau on top of a rocky, very rocky island, and there was jungle below, but they used the plateau on the top. It was like a mesa, and they constructed a very very crude airstrip on there, big enough for a small plane, almost like a bushcraft, and they used it for reconnaissance to find enemy shipping. Well, they never encountered anybody while they were there. Nobody ever showed themselves, so they figured the island was uninhabited. Well, it wasn't. There were people living in the jungle below that were just terrified of these new crazy people that they had never seen before, that were living on that landed and took off from the top of this mesa, but they never really, went up there for fear. Well, years later, after the war ended and the Brits had abandoned this little makeshift base, uh, some people went back there to see what had become of this, and there was a wooden effigy of the plane that used to go out and do reconnaissance. The native
Yeah,
people were worshiping
er,
this thing they saw take off from the top of the island as a god, a deity. So that's
I've seen
kind of how humanity works. I'm sorry,
that.
Jules. I was just jabbering.
No, no, no. That was a great. I've actually seen the film Chariots of the Gods.
Yes, that was another excellent, the way to look
Uh,
at that.
and then they actually showed that society on there. That is the first comparison they show uh,
Yes, yes.
of that society that would see the airplanes during World War II, and that at certain times they would actually build models of the airplanes because they saw them flying overhead all the time, and that you know that that's what they believed in because they would see this fly overhead. And yeah, it's like, if I started a faith and said, this is our savior right here, this alcohol prep pad because it'll keep us clean, you know you know I could start
It's
something that,
about
it's like it, that's what it's all about. Really,
oh,
it's something that someone will follow and believe.
Q-Man,
you
I
know
can show you what my favorite animal is.
Killer whales, which is actually a dolphin. Did you know that?
Yes, it is the largest species of dolphin. There are four subspecies, and out of those four subspecies, all of them are a matriarchal society, and all of them sing their own different language. Even in each pod of the same species and subspecies, they sing a slightly different dialect. That's why if one gets orphaned as a small child, he has a very, very, very small chance of ever being adopted by another pod because nobody understands what they're saying.
Hmm. Yeah, I worked at.
Well, thank you, Q-Man.
Uh, yeah, I worked at SeaWorld for 9 years. That's how I learned a lot of
Really?
that
I did not
too.
know that.
Hmm. from
So with
89.
SeaWorld, so you met were you there when Dillicum was there?
No, I didn't work in Orlando,
Oh, okay,
but I
okay.
know I know someone that did work in the Orlando one, where
That was
Tillicum was, and she knew the trainer that got killed very
Dawn.
well.
Yeah, Dawn.
Don. Well, my friend's name was Don also, so
Oh,
so she
yeah,
happened
Dawn
to know Don.
Brechia or something like I don't know how, I'm not sure the
Yeah,
pronunciation of her last name,
but
but
she
she was the
said,
one that was killed, or the last
yeah,
one that was killed because Tillicum had killed before.
yeah, and she says that that Dawn probably went out doing what she loved. That they're
Yeah,
really, because we would get a lot of, we worked at the same emergency room, and what happened is we would catch a lot of flack after what's his name, when they came out with the film Blackfish, and
yeah.
and a lot of people saw that documentary, and then they would ask both of us about it, and then my ex said, "Oh, Jules, did you realize that Don worked at SeaWorld too? Maybe you two can talk." And we started talking, and we did, and we realized that we had the same opinion about SeaWorld, that we weren't against what they did. They did a lot of research, they did a lot of good things for the animals. Yes, there was times that the animals, while they were in captivity, wanted to do what was normal in nature, you know, and
True,
that's
but
what happened in
there's
that.
never been a documented attack of a killer whale or an orca uh, on in the wild on a human. Now we do have a
Right.
pod off of Majorca, I think it is, in the Straits of Gibraltar, that is taken to attacking sailboats. They're ripping the rudders off of them, and it's just sailboats. It's not powercraft. It's anything like that. It's just sailboats, and they're ripping the rudders off these things. Somebody on a sailboat did something to this pod, and the matriarch is just exacting revenge on every single one of them. It's insanity, but it just goes to show the level of intelligence and memories for them.
Yeah, they're very intelligent animals. They're, you know, they have their society, they have how they live, they have, their structure, which is amazing. They're amazing animals. Um, and I think, yeah, the way I look at it, yes, they were limited on the space that they had there at the park, but yet it was a good way for people to learn more about them.
Yes.
You know,
Another good story about orca would be to go search up Luna. Was the whales what they called him? He was an orphan orca. I think it was in Puget Sound, Prince Islands. I can't remember exactly which,
yeah,
but
I think
and he was orphaned there, and he would become so lonely that he would go up to boats and start playing with the people and attempt to
I've
communicate
heard
with them because all he heard of was the motorboat going. So he would come up and imitate that sound, thinking he was trying to talk to us. And he would grab the boats and like try to play around and the water hoses and whatnot. I mean, just an insanely social creature, just being deprived of any interaction at all, and that's just horrifying.
yeah. The day I was there at SeaWorld, that an incident did happen, was when Corky attacked, what was the other whale? The one that it attacked the mother of the baby, and actually killed it. We had to shut the park down that day, I remember.
Yeah, they had different kinds of orca there. They had they had residents, offshores, transients, and
Hmm.
those generally don't mix in the wild at all.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, there was a big spurt in the 70s when they caught them all, and then they were mixed around different parks, and then now they're, that's what's really left, because they can't get any more. They can't catch anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the way they were caught, uh, I don't like to think about that.
No.
You know, you're talking about a basically a kidnapping.
Hmm. Double double bass cane. Welcome. I'm your favorite, right? No, I'm his favorite. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're on with Kathy today.
These two.
We got Q-Man and Double here going to who's Jason's favorite.
Jason gets all the attention, I swear.
I
He's a
know.
cutie, though. He is definitely a cutie. I mean, I went and stalked his little profile pic on YouTube. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I'm happy with all the mods I've gotten. I know it's like I said, some of mine have disappeared. I know Lena, I still keep her on there. She's still a sub. She was like in my early
God,
subscriber
yeah, I remember
count. She
Lena.
was, and her mom was subscriber number 100 exactly.
Oh wow.
And Lena was the designer of most of our merch. Um, I'm about to go on. I think I'm going to start a Shopify page. I'll look into that and make new merch with the new site near the new name. You know,
I started doing stained glass work too.
did you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
The house I bought had I mean, when we sold the house in Florida, I mean, we literally dumped it just because I knew the housing market was on its last throes. You were not going to be able to sell it for those high prices anymore. And to be fair, well, this will give you an idea of how bad we dumped this house. It was a 1,893 square foot house with like a 600 square foot 2-car garage attached, sitting on a half acre. It's a block construction house with a newer metal roof, all new appliances, new air conditioning, and we dumped it off at 212.5.
Really?
In Florida. And none of the other houses in our area sold at all. I went back and looked. That was like 5 months ago. And none of them sold at all because they had their prices well over 260, 280, things like that. And they just weren't selling. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna make enough money on this for us to go back to Southern Illinois here and outright buy, completely buy, no mortgage payments, a tiny little house. And I think our house is like 850 square feet, but it also has a nice, huge 2-car garage that is divided up into a recreational area and a wood shop. But that was our goal, was the entire time that we were in Florida, was to make enough off selling that house, because I spent like 2 years remodeling it, to be able to outright buy and come up here and not have a mortgage, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to maintain the level of employment and income that I used to have, not coming out. You know, I can't go be a controls engineer in a factory looking like this. They won't hire me. Doesn't matter my skill level. You know, I can fix anything and everything in the damn place. I can program the robots to do whatever you want, but they're not going to give me the chance to do it because I look like this.
Right. Yeah, and that's a problem with society nowadays. They're judging us by who we are, and how we feel. And it's unfortunate because people can't be who they really are.
Thank you, Double Bay.
So
I was about to say, I think I need to go give Q-Man and Double Bass a spanking. They're in here in the comments, just like sparring with each other.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what I'm watching here. I think Cuban, for all it's worth, has liked it in here. I think he's subscribed to the channel.
That. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. Maybe. No, it won't do it. Yep, there it goes.
Yep. Oh, there you go. You got it.
That's a stained
Did
glass
you just
window I
make
made
that?
for my. Yep, I made that
Oh,
about a
that's
month ago.
cool.
It is a 24 by 21, fully installed.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not talented enough to do that. I'm more of a person that'll read something how to do it. I could probably do it if I like really read it. I'm a very analytic person, you know.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you'll get a
I'm
kick out of how
left.
I drew this program. I used
I,
a 4 foot by 4 foot CNC machine with a little felt tip marker attachment for the spindle to draw
mm-hmm,
out the pattern because I can't draw for anything.
mm-hmm.
If it's digital online or on the computer, I can design it, and I'm very tech savvy. But I drew out the pattern on the computer, very easily. But if I had to try to draw that out in hand, it would have looked like, I don't know, a 4-year-old's drawing of a horse. It would have been so bad.
Yeah, that's me. I'm not artistic. I'm a left brainer. I just sit there and analyze the heck out of anything. Uh, and I'll look both sides, and even a third side of the story to something. I'm just like some people, and that's what one of the parts my ex hated, because I would just overanalyze things. You're like going too far with that. I'm like, I just need to see every side of a story, and so
Where the hell are
uh,
you two from?
tell them 7th
We've
Street
got
gonna
4th
cook.
Street, we've got 7th Street. Where are you two living? I'm sorry, Jules. I just have to know.
That's okay, but I'm gonna get 4th Street on your. Yeah, that's strange. It almost sounds like they're in the same place.
I think they know each other,
Yeah,
or at least know some of the same people at the very least.
yeah, yeah. It does seem like it. Hi, everyone. If you're just joining us, please do hit a like and subscribe.
Okay,
Please do. New York. We got a New Yorker here.
Oh, there it
So
is. Now we understand. Now
and we
we
got
understand.
now we got a New
We have
Jersey.
New York and Jersey. No kidding. Now
That
we
makes
understand. Now we have exactly what's going on.
exactly. That made all sense right there.
Y'all just need to go get a dog or something or some pizza.
Actually, I had some pizza at the casino today, and it was New York style. It was a large slice,
I made bread.
and then I had some along with it. Of all things, I had New England clam chowder.
Ooh, I do like chowder.
I like chowder. I'm picky with it too.
Oh yeah.
I,
That's like me with barbecue. I am a complete and total snob when it comes to barbecue. I lived in Kansas
Mhm.
City for 6 years. I mean, you have to really have something for me to be like, oh, that's great. No.
Yeah, we had one guy when I lived in Florida, and he had his you drive. There was this kids museum. It's called the Imaginarium. It was right across the street, so the exhaust fan to where he cooked was right out pointing that way. And he served it total KC style. You'd buy the rack,
Ooh.
he'd give it to you, and he had two flavors. He had the sweet barbecue, and then he had one with jalapenos on it, which was
See, that's how
excellent.
you do it. You sell the nose first.
And then he would give you 1.5 slices of bread. It's like he would give you 2 slices. Just out of a loaf of bread, he would pull out 1 slice. The second one, he would rip it in half. I guess that's how it's done over there.
But
So
you know how those places are. You live in a town that's like famous for barbecue or something like that, and none of the locals go to the big name shops like was it oh like Jack Stacks and stuff like that in Canes. Nobody goes to those. Nobody that lives there goes to those. Everybody that lives there that actually loves barbecue, you find those people at like the restaurants that you're not sure if it's a restaurant. It's got slate siding. There's smoke rolling out the back, and there's dirt everywhere. There's no inside dining. The menu's up on a push pin, in the window, and there's cobwebs. And you walk up the window, and there's like four options. You've got this angry man or woman behind the counter, but like, what do you want?
how much for one rib? Uh,
Yeah.
Not many
And
people
they are
probably
going to
know
feed
that scene,
you.
right?
Yeah, it's going to be the best food you've ever had, but oh my God.
Yeah, just like tacos, they're the same thing. You got to find the little street cart that sells
Oh
them,
yeah.
or here we actually have a good taco shop called, and they're considered the best in the U.S. and they're
Really?
located here where I live. Um, and it's actually pretty cool. Like they have these guys like you're in Tijuana, and they have the meat up on the skewer, and
Mm.
then you go up and you take a tray, and usually it's a large tray like this, and then you tell them how many you want of each one, and just go down and I think last time I went there, I ate like 8, and they're like pretty good thick tortillas, corn tortillas. They're pretty good, but it was just a lot, and they're always busy, line out the door. That's how you can tell if they're good. If you have a line
Yeah.
out the door, they're good.
The one thing around in this area, we don't have a whole lot of food trucks. We have some, but not a lot. Um, if I want really amazing food in the summertime, I'll go out and search up like an Amish community that has a store or a roadside stand.
Hmm.
Whew, oh my God. There, if you ever get a chance and you run across like an Amish person on the side of the highway or the little road or whatever, and they've got a cart full of sweet corn, stop. It's important that you stop and have some of this sweet corn. You can
Oh
eat it right
wow.
off the cob. You don't have to cook it. It's like candy. I don't know where they get their crops from, their genus from, but it is nothing like you can buy anywhere else. Here we
Cute girl.
go.
That's not funny. Yeah,
No,
we're just talking, just a simple conversation. Nothing that you have to worry about. Thinking about herself because she's laughing.
anyway, yeah. I mean that's
Anyway,
that's the whole thing with food.
yeah. Well said, Helena.
Well, that's the core of the matter. There's nothing original that comes from
Well,
trolls.
yeah, that's true. I've always noticed trolls cannot come up with new material. They're not. I don't know that they're just they can't critically think. That's what I say. That's when I remember going through nursing school. I had one teacher, and his goal was to always says you can pass my A&P class, my anatomy physiology class, no problem, quick, easy. But he's all, I don't want you to know every part of the body, what it does and how it does it. So all I want you to do is to be able to think critically. Because he's all,
Exactly.
if you can think critically, he's all you can figure anything out. He's all
Mhm.
critical thinking is the best skill anybody can give you.
In my former job, when I would do interviews for like a new tech, I didn't care how much schooling they had, and I didn't care what their their past work experience was. I had a small little box of three rather obscure objects that had nothing to do with electrical controls work. One was an antique pencil sharpener of really strange design and a couple other things. And I would give them a pad of paper and a pen and a small little toolkit, consisting of like, some screwdrivers, maybe a pair of pliers. You can take them apart. Don't break them, please. But I'm going to be back in a half hour. I want you to tell me what you think each one of these objects was designed to do. Object A, B, and C. I want you to tell me exactly what you what you think they were designed to do. I don't want a name for them. I don't want that. And no, you're not going to have access to your phone. I come back, and if they had at least some kind of creativity or plausibility in two of those objects, I would hire them.
Yeah, it's important because like many of these newer generations, there's things that I think they don't know or couldn't even think through. I mean, give them a rotary phone. Will they be able to dial? I've seen videos.
To be fair, not all the younger kids. Some of the older guys I had come in were just complete and total morons, and I wouldn't pay them to wash windows. But and they had like backgrounds in my field and schooling, and I'm like, you can't think past just what you see. You can't imagine that there's something different going on. I can't use you. I'm sorry. But I've had one of my favorites was this young autistic kid named Jacob. Oh my God, I just love this kid. He was very, very autistic, and he was so weird about certain things. He made sound effects and everything and had the physical quirks, but man, this kid could code. Oh my God, he was fantastic. And he always liked to think outside the box if you gave him a little bit of time and told him that there didn't have to be a box. It was amazing.
Yeah, some of them are very. I find that autistic people are amazing. That they really think very well. I found when I coached swimming, they were very good at swimming. They were.
Well said, Jason. They're amazing personalities. No kidding.
Yeah. I'm watching the analytics through two channels here because I can watch it on StreamYard and on YouTube. One of the things that gets me about some of the younger people are not being able to accept criticism, especially like grades. If they get the 80%, they go and try to fight for the other 20. You're like, that's what you turned in.
Yeah, but that's I think that's more of a thing of just like immaturity in general. Everything's negotiable. Somebody's a teenager when you tell them to put their plate in the sink, and they look at you like, it's a bowl. It's a boy. It's about to be a knowledge knot if you don't put it in the sink.
Well, everyone, feel free to jump in, ask any questions. We're just having our chat here. We got Kathy on board, first time on the channel with us. Maybe we can start doing more sessions like this where we can have other people in here. Of course, I think that'll be like what I will do is decide it would be, where we can have one and have, some of the subs that I know well to come on here. I'm not just going to throw any random person on here. Yeah. I think it would be, it would be not a good thing if we just decided, hey, let's just put XYZ in here. but we'll be Kathy and Deja and I think that would be great. I know I've had Deja on here before. I've had Ryuki. Who else have I had on here? I do want to do another interview. I know Jenny did mine, so now I want to do one with Jenny on here. So, and then I want to do the one with my friends with that raid. I think that'll be an interesting one, so they can. I've had that footage since I think October, and it's finally starting to. I think what's amazing about it is that happened in October, and all of these big. Back then, they were mainly catching, going for the immigrants. Now they're going for everybody. And I said it back then to her. I said, this is just going to translate for them going after anyone. And
yeah.
Sure enough, it's happened. And so what I've been doing, I still have all the footage stored in my phone. I have to send it over to the computer, and I've got many angles of, like, you can see that one for the doorbell cam. I've got one from one of the indoor cameras showing the other side of it. And then I've got when the agents actually went into the house. I've got lots of good angles of it. So I think it's like, so it would be a lot of I don't know how much. System, I think you need to rephrase what you're saying there.
Nice.
Yeah.
The best part of it, no, the best part of it is Homie doesn't understand who's on what bill. I know who he's comparing me to.
Yeah. He's throwing it out there. Justin who, Q-Man?
I think autocorrect got Q-Man.
So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules and Kathy. Feel free to jump into the stream and chat with us. Just put your comments in there. Like we've been just talking casually, just having a good time here. As always, the channel is a casual channel. We do discuss mainly the 5 T's here, where we talk about transition, triathlon, trends, teaching, and trucks. Teaching does have 5 subcategories, where we do talk about high demand religion. We talk about /cults. We focusing on the Mormon cult, as I was a member for about 30 years. Also, do talk about some ways of basically being prepared in any times of disaster. Also, urban myths. What else do I have in there? Oh, and some cooking from time to time. I do talk about the Gem X. The channel is called Jules Gems X. Gems are you guys, but the Gem X is my Nissan Xterra. It's a 2008 that I am doing a resto mod to. So we can talk about any of these topics. We can talk about what's going on nowadays in society. Um, you know, as long as we keep things respectful, we don't mind talking about any topic. Um, okay, Helena, it was it's always awesome having you in here. All of my mods. Um, I I love this bonds that Helena, Jason, Yadir all have. Call themselves, they're all brothers, sis. You know, and they're all in different parts of the world. I think that's the big thing about the channel is that we're all in different areas, yet we're a big family.
Tisha, that's terrible.
I just saw it.
Yeah.
Deja's got Deja, we need to get you. We need to do a 3-person live stream.
Yeah, I was reading this and I was like invested in it for a second. I was like, wait a minute, where's this going? And I got to the end. I was, oh God, here we go.
Sorry, a polar bear. Or was it a bipolar bear?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Only on this channel. That's a 3-way joke. Now it's been going another way.
Well, you know, couples are my favorite, so.
uh,
That's
because it's a
actually pretty funny.
bipolar bear.
I was watching a documentary about, I survived or some crazy stuff like that. And this guy
Mhm.
was attacked by a large bear. And there was a gay friend in the room, and we're just sitting there watching, and the guy on TV says, "Yeah, the bear was on top of me, and I just couldn't breathe." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I can relate." Homie, what?
How
Damn it,
did you have
man!
a bear on top of you?
That was great.
Not, not frequent that you have a bear on top of you. How can you relate?
Well, in the gay male community, a bear is a large man,
Uh,
possibly
yeah,
hairy, things like that. Yeah,
yeah, I've heard of that. There's a bear paw club or something.
What are y'all doing? Huh? I believe I'm being told that
You
they
got
need
the.
to go potty. I shall
Is
return. I'll
that
be
where?
right back.
Okay.
Come on, buttheads.
Welcome everyone. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button, subscribe. Remember, let's keep Thomas in the running. Currently, he is in 12th for America's Favorite Pet. He just has to stay in the top 15 right now, and then hopefully move up from there. So he's doing fantastic at that. So there is the link to go vote. Let's hope Thomas can come back from behind. Please consider dropping a super. Remember, 30% does go to charity. we're going to keep going up to the 2-hour mark. Muffin, yes, I do have the holiday off tomorrow. Remember who I work for. I'm a federale. So and in the not in the next couple of weeks, I do have a whole week off, you guys. We can stream a lot that week. Originally the plan was to go up to Sacramento, and visit my niece, but kind of decided not to go on that trip. So will be a lot of video footage from that week. I will probably be doing some GemX work. Also, will be I'll probably stream morning and evening. Lots of training for the triathlons. Guys, I'm committed to 2 triathlons this year. I just have to sign up for the 3rd one now. Triple Crown of triathlon. So I got to get up to that 5K mark. Got to get up to 10 miles on my bike, which that shouldn't be difficult. I still have to upload a video on some work I did on my tri bike yesterday. Oh, a tri bike or my road bike that's becoming a tri bike. But pretty much things are working their way there.
Sorry if that took.
They were just asking.
Yeah.
That was quick. They were just asking about if we have day off. I said yes, because I always have holidays off. That's the advantage of being a federale. So what we'll do is take this up to which I'm surprised that he actually gave us MLK Day off. Or he didn't change the holiday to his name. You know, he did that with the Kennedy Center.
Nothing can be about anybody else if he knows about it or he's speaking about it. It has to be about him. Oh my
exactly.
God. It's just disturbing.
Yeah, it is. Actually, yeah, Yadira, thanks for putting the merch store there. There is merch right now, you guys. It does have the old channel name on it. I may start a different merch website. I'm going to try to use Shopify and create new merch with the new name on there. So we'll see how that turns out. I just got to see how Shopify's works. I'm going to make Jules Gems X merch. And I think I'm going to bring it down. I mean, on the other one I went crazy because I found how the AI works and you can create your merch really easy. But then I started, throw pillows. Oh, blankets. I'm like, coffee. I just went crazy on what I wanted in the merch store. It was a lot of stuff.
I've noticed that a lot of people sell coffee in merch stores. It just seems to be a thing. I'm like, wow, it just seems odd.
What I think it's like a specific brand, and then they let you put your name on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, for example, I made the Jules Treasures one, and then and then you can pick what roast you want. And there's a guy I watch. He's a Broncos fan, and his channel's called That's Good Sports, and he made a coffee, and he calls it the Fuck the Refs coffee.
Okay.
Because of the bad calls that they make. So, and he sells it. He's got different blends. He's like, we got the Fuck the Refs coffee. We got this coffee. So it's you know.
I am
So
a bit of a snob when it comes to coffee.
I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I mean, I'll drink my frappuccino when I go to Starbucks, and that's it. I'm not like everyday coffee drinker. Everybody here knows my poison. It's my Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to be a big Mountain Dew fanatic. I drank it all the time, but kidney stones convinced me that I did not need that.
Okay, mine is Bird Brain Coffee with my original art. Oh, that's cool, Deja. Yeah, I had AI. That's how I came up with the design for. Oh no, mine has a bunch of aliens at a coffee shop uh, for my coffee brand. And from yeah, DJ, I've never seen where my coffee's from. It's just on Printify, so I've never ordered a bag of it. You would think I would.
Well, hello, Osha.
Michelle, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules and Kathy. We've been streaming now for an hour and 36 minutes. Yeah, I know it's been a long time. Now in Cali, but we're both in new locations, Kathy. I'm in California. You're in Southern Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that is. I was looking at that. That is ordinary person. Everybody's popcorn yellow striped smile. Popcorn yellow striped smile. Popcorn,
Okay, so I do remember that user. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm up in my poodle's a butthead. He is 7 months old, and he has no concept of personal space at all. Does things that make me so angry. But he's a puppy. What are you gonna do? Really?
That's strange that they changed it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you say I'm not going to give you any more money, and then they say, okay, we're going to punish you.
Oh, yeah, I get it. That you're saying that she's not giving them more money for.
Oh, I get it. She probably changed her name after she subscribed to YouTube TV, and then when she did that, benefit went away. Okay, that I understand. I don't like it, but I understand.
Everything's about the money.
Yeah. Oh.
It's all about the money.
She had to create a new account.
A new account?
Yeah. Come here, butthead. Louie. Come here. Hi. Hi, Mazers. Figured I'd give everybody a little bit of dog time,
A little dog time, yeah. I next week or the week I have vacation on, I'll do an outside live stream with Thomas. I'm a little. It gets me a little annoyed. The preferential treatment they give my niece's dog compared to Thomas.
Oh God. He farted, or one of them did. Oh Jesus!
Well, it wasn't me.
Oh, no, God. Oh,
I used to have another Dalmatian, and he would just come sit in front of you, and you'd hear the fart. You'd hear it. He had so much gas. That was Cruz. That was my last purebred Dalmatian. He would just sit down, and it's like he planned it. He would just come and sit down, and next thing you know,
oh, God. Leave the cat alone, dude. He is not your friend. Damn it, boy. He likes to like corner Frank and just like sniff at him, and Frank's not a fan. Frank's not a fan at all.
the funny thing is, with my ex, we had dogs and cats, and there was one dog that would like to corner one cat, and this cat was tiny, with like 3 pounds soaking wet, literally. And Minnie would just fight back. She would just be like, paw at them, and she was like,
No, Frank is not tiny. He's a big old chunk of an orange cat, and he's in. I really can't say that he's my cat or our cat or anything. He just lives here. I'm not sure you can own an
he
animal
just
like
wandered
that.
in.
Yeah.
There was one cat that we acquired that way, you can say. Just showed up at the house one day and ended up in the house. So, hello everyone. Feel free to jump into the conversation. Ask any questions we may have. We've been chatting with Kathy here, one of our mods. Been having a good time, just casual conversation. We've got about 20 minutes left on the stream. I am going to have to go feed Thomas soon.
Yes, very much ordinary. It is the cat distribution system. They just show up at your house and be like, "Hey, what's up? I know you didn't order me or anything, but here I am."
After the Amazon driver shows up. Jeff Bezos probably sent it.
Frank, what you doing?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yadira, that's true. Cats do kind of decide who will own them, or they own you. Really,
down.
They own you, actually.
Yeah,
the cats.
They will literally chase you down if they decide they like you. And he's so weird because he is in fact a male tomcat, intact, and if I'm barefoot, he will come lay down like right at my feet and try to worm his way under my feet and wants me to rub his belly with my bare feet. I'm like, homie, that's got to be some kind of weird kink you got going on, but damn.
When ordering beverage on DoorDash, you now get ice for free. Nice, Deja. Nice.
Oh God. Homie, I swear to God, Trump I opened the door and they're standing there. I'm like, nope, you gotta go.
Trump did that. Thanks, Daddy Trumpets.
I implore every one of you that has a house or an apartment or whatever, at least have a screen door that has a good lock on it. That way, if the authorities should show up, you can open your main door and leave the screen door locked and speak to them through there. If you decide the interaction is over and they don't have a warrant, you can just close your main door. That keeps them from sticking their damn foot in the door.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little public service announcement there. Might cost you a couple $100 to the screen door, but good.
If you live in Florida, change your door so it opens inward instead of outward. Did you ever notice that in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
The doors were built to open outward, so they could stick their foot right there, or just grab it from your hand and open it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we always had a locking storm door because of that fact. Because I'm not going to allow you to stick your foot in a door and then not go away. If I don't want you here,
Yeah.
you're going to go away.
In Florida, when people knocked and I didn't recognize them, I'd be armed at the door.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
just put it in the small of my back. Yeah, because California is a little more strict on certain things.
I just answered the door with a high-powered rifle. Hi, how you doing?
Which game is in overtime right now, Cubby Drew? Is it the Bears?
Oh yeah, he's a Bears fan.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm not a huge sports fan, but I've been to a few games.
Bears and Rams. Okay. I've been to a lot of games. When I used to live here in San Diego, when I worked at SeaWorld, they would always get free tickets from the Chargers. So, because it's one of those things, we'll give you free SeaWorld tickets, you give us Charger tickets. And the Bears, exactly, Deja. The Bears.
Yeah, my father was
actually
was
pretty good. Did you say handsy?
Well, I don't know, Deja. I mean, we have no firsthand experience.
We've had 180 views to the stream. Been doing pretty good. Very hands-on. Tisha. Okay, everybody. We're coming up on that 10. DC has a historic investment on front porches because the front of houses were supposed to represent how they were as built on ice. Can't investigate your outdoor front porch. Be careful if you Airbnb. Oh dear, only with consent. Okay, everyone. As always, we're gonna start. We're in the last 10 minutes here, so we're gonna start wrapping up. I do want to say thanks to all of you. We've had a great stream here, Kathy. Been great having you here.
Jules, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much.
This has been a great time to hang out. Yeah, it's a great time to hang out and just chat with people. We'll start seeing if we can do more with everybody. That wants to join in. Maybe we'll do some more, open live streams where I will. The thing is, I will require to get your email and send for the live stream. I know, like my friends over at Ladder Daily Digest, they'll throw the StreamYard link in the stream, and then they'll have people come in. That's how I go in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll start doing other streams where we have people in here, and we can have great conversations. As always, we can have multiple people too. We can do up to 10 people in here. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Kathy, it was a pleasure having you here.
It was a pleasure to be here. I enjoyed it.
And so any last things you'd like to say?
No, no. Muffin, are you in Chicago? See, I'm in Southern Illinois, and I will be up there for a medical procedure later this year. If you wanted, we could, have coffee. If not, no, I understand. No big deal.
Yeah, she said yes, the Windy City.
Yep. I am much further south in Illinois. I am almost in Kentucky. We are in Carbondale.
That's where Lena was in Kentucky, but she wasn't. I forgot where she was, but now she's in Texas. Okay, yes, Sleepy Raccoon, always. Okay, so once again, thank you, everyone. We're going to be signing off now. We had a great stream. Thank you for joining us here. Please do hit the like button, subscribe. Go over to Kathy's channel, like and subscribe. Also, have a great night, and thank you.
Yes, I will be streaming some more. So this was my debut. We'll see y'all later.